You like the back?
Yeah.
It's dirty.
Back too. You know what reminds me of a race car?
The what?
It reminds me of a race car, like NASCAR. NASCAR. It's like NASCAR.
It's my first time seeing it in person.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
To be honest, another one. That's another M2. You know, it reminds me of like somebody's grandma with dentures and like look like that. It don't look like that?
No. I mean, until you say it.
It's our first time taking a look at this car. Sit right there. That thing is beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that one looks lower though for some odd reason. So I just recently took a trip to Toronto, Canada, and I figured while I was there, I'd check out the BMW dealership to see what they had going on over there, some cool cars maybe, and just maybe convince my girl that the new 2024 X5 is something she should look at and trade in the Buick for. Now things started to go left when they had the XM at the dealership. I was super surprised that she took the likings to the exterior of the truck, and the interior she completely fell in love with. Though she did get to take a look at the X5, and I'll throw the clips in of her first impressions of the interior, which in my opinion isn't too different. They're pretty similar. The XM being that much more above the X5, obviously, given it's a $160,000 truck, which I had to remind her that I cannot afford. Also, when we were there, I got to take a look at not one, but two cars that I deemed very, very rare. The F87 M2 CS, both in the same color, same wheel color, same front lip, same specs. You'd almost think it was the same car, except for they were right next to each other, so there's no way possible it could be the same car. Yeah, it looks different. Also, for the first time, I got to see an F82 next to the W205 C63 AMG. I have never mentioned that car on the channel, but I've actually been a huge fan of that car. And I like the looks of the coupe version with the wider front end a lot more than I do the F82 M4. It just looks so much more aggressive. The V8 twin turbo sounds and a smaller chassis car. Now the M4 we all know is probably a better car around a track, or some might argue on the road, but that C63 is just something that will pretty much never be done again, similar to how like the E92 was, just a lot faster version and more a Hellcatty experience. Now lastly, but definitely not the least, I finally got to take a look at the new G87 M2 in both the white and the red. And I'll tell you right now, it's a nice looking car. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. From every angle, I like the way the car looks in person. I have no complaints. For some reason, the newer BMWs that have been coming out have not been taken well in videos and pictures, and I'm not sure why, but these cars in person looks totally different. I like them. I guess we get used to them over time, and this is the direction that BMW chooses to go to in the future, so it's what we get. It's a cheaper version of, I'd say, my car, which still packed the S58 power plant and suspension from the M3 and M4, which I've grown to know and love. And it still do good on YouTube, being the newest, hottest BMW out at the moment. Got a chance to see that puppy rolling too, and unfortunately, I also got the chance to see it being machine washed, which is a big no-no. I don't even care if it's the Buick, huge no-no, it'll ruin the paint. It's not a good idea. I haven't got the chance to drive it, and obviously I don't think that I'll ever get the chance to push that car how I want to unless I own it. So that's pretty expensive just to give you guys a thoughts video, unless you guys know somebody really generous that allowed me to drive the absolute dog crap out of their M2. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take delivery of an M2 as soon as I wanted to, but we back in the M4 on some nice twisties. I miss how easy you can throw this car around. Still got the 555 R2s on the back. Last minute Sunday drive, so my tire shop's closed. I was gonna throw the Pirellis back on. Temperatures outside are finally starting to get warm. 70 degrees outside today. I don't know, but a couple people might ask me why I have a winter cap, or what do you call this thing, a Scully. Your boy them and cut his hair all bald, man. What they call it, the big chop? It looks terrible. I can't wait for it to grow back in. So I'll be rocking this puppy. I don't care if it's 99 degrees outside. Let's go home. All right. Finally got that Sequoia out of the way. Not like I'm gonna go too much faster. This car is just too damn fast. I'm barely on the gas. Feels so good to get back into something where you're borderline scared to get into the power. Oh, we found a G80. Nice. It's definitely it's a 6-speed because it's a non-comp. Black on black. By the way, shout out to my guy Eamon. He just picked one up. Black on black G80. Actually black with the bicolor wheels. I was super excited. I was supposed to be checking that out today actually, but I was supposed to be checking it out in a couple days. It was going to be in today's video. That's kind of why the title is kind of clickbaity, because I was going to expose Eamon's new car out, but the weather was terrible, so you know. We'll meet up with you later on, Eamon. Until then, I'm riding out with my guy Jack L over here. He's doing a little slow. Maybe he's a little scared behind the wheel. Should have got in front of him, but the M3 is a beautiful car, yo. The M3 is a very nice looking car. When I put the order for my M4, I was comparing the two. I don't know, the M3 just never did it for me. But there's just something about that nice chubby look. The M4 doesn't have the chubby look that the M3 has. You know, the M2 has it, but most certainly not the M4. It's more streamline-ish, whereas the M3 just looks more like wide and planted to the road, especially with spacers when you see them things rolling. I'm gonna slow up and let him do his thing though, because he's moving a little too slow for my patience. See how the launch does. Wow. When you warm these tires up, it really does hook. That was like a first gear, not really a launch control, but traction on. Tires pumped up. I still got 15 PSI to lower them down to for better grip. Now I do have it on 93 map. We came up fast. But yeah, I do have it on a 93 map. Through the process of tuning this thing, I learned that you really don't get that shove down low until you go E50. When you throw ethanol in here, that's when down low, I don't know, it ramps and it boosts so much quicker. I was just on the stage 2 back there with pump 93, and it still had that kind of low torquey range down low, which I'm not complaining at all. I actually liked it because it allowed me to get on the gas a little bit ahead of time in the corner, because I know by the time it's straightened up, you could just nail it. There's a track event on the 4th of June, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to try to make that. You know, just to see what the car does. I own this car for over a year and it hasn't seen a track. You know, And while on the street is amazing, I do want to test the levels of grip on the Pirellis, number one, and two, I think I might just throw a stage 0 or keep the stage 2 93 map on there. See what she does. So the E50 is definitely faster, but the 93 feels more like factory, like stock. The 93 just reminds me of stock, but just bumped up a little bit. The E50 is just, this is just a whole different car. Anytime you nail it, it's just power, it blows the wheels off. But with the 93, it's like a traction control of its own. Like, it'll not ramp in the boost so hard, which I'm pretty sure that makes sense, right? And I'll be honest, I didn't think getting the Bmw M2 would be as difficult as it's been proving itself. Like, it's kind of stupid. Not a lot of people are marking them up. I think BMW is on the better side when it comes to marking stuff up. Look at the GR Corolla or Yaris or whatever. It's insane. Toyota, I mean the Honda Civic Type R, like those things are like marked up to infinity and beyond. And you know, it sucks because they're making these cars not as easily obtainable. That car with a 3-cylinder was doing what, like 10.5 with a downpipe and a tune in a quarter mile. So it is a capable car. It's not worth the money. I think the thing about the M2s and the GR series from Toyota, the Type R series from Honda, and all of these little things, right? All of these like cheaper cars, MSRP. What made them so enjoyable, what made them what they are, is it's a performance version of a cheap car. It's kind of like a performance version for everybody. Kind of like how Toyota had, or Scion or whatever, had the FRS, and Subaru with the BRZ. It's like, you know, you can get a nice Mazda, Miatas. Like, they were cheap cars. You could beat around. They're fairly reliable. Obviously, they like mostly Jap cars. 70 grand for a Corolla is just like, who in their right mind? Corolla or M2? Like, who in their right mind would pick the Corolla? That just defeats the purpose of the GR Corolla, or what they had, the Type R series, or the, you know, whatever Nismo packages or whatever. You know, I'm glad that I've lived in an era where we got to see, you know, cheaper versions of fun cars, because nowadays everything is expensive and everything is highly praised. This guy with an F30. Nice, nice, nice. I forgot where I was talking about, but my main point in this is we got to stop glorifying the freaking G80 doing 9-second passes when a GR Corolla can do freaking 10.5, you know, with minimal mods as well. So it just, the times are just changing, honestly. It's not really about the car, it's the times. And marketing is like a hell of a drug. I swear to God it is. Because you got a lot of people coming out with the new M2s, which killer platform, obviously, but it's the same platform as this car, S58, and people are like, oh my God, it's so amazing how you can get the power, like 700 wheel horsepower, pretty much the same exact setup. I don't know how everybody's so amazed, but I guess it's the way people are marketing it. See, this guy with the F30 is gonna pull up on me. Nice, man. Let me see what he got. What you got done to it? Yeah? Was it 335 or 340? Oh, okay, okay. Thanks, man. Is the rear wheel drive? I can tell by the wheels. I used to have a 435. Yeah. This is nice, but it's just faster. I'll show you. What was that in the back? Nah, I don't get on it too crazy, man. I don't want to, you know. Yeah, I know. I don't want to go too crazy, you know. I gotta head out there, but yo, take it easy, man, all right? Oh, this car's smoking too. I'm gonna get that checked out.